Good evening and welcome to the 2025 Right to Life Oratory Contest. We have one contestant tonight, but we wanted to give her the experience of speaking in front of an audience, so that's why we came in here. I would like to introduce the judges to you. Our first judge is Jamie Stiver. Jamie's currently a student athlete at the University of Olivet, studying business administration and management, and she plans to graduate in 2026. At college, Jamie runs cross country and track, and she co-leads the Christian group on campus called C3, Christian Comets Connect. She also plans service projects each semester for C3 and the business students. Jamie has interned at Wacker Chemical Corporation, Hawks Learning, sold insurance for Farmers Insurance, and now works in employee benefits for SEG. Jamie's a member of St. John's Lutheran Church and participated in the Right to Life Oratory Contest in 2022, earning first place in Lenawee County and second place in the state of Michigan. She attended as a judge for the contest last year, and she's honored to judge again this year, and we're delighted that she came back from college to do this again this year. Our second judge is, get these in order, Mark Lentz. Mark's in the middle there. Mark's a senior communications specialist for Gleaner Life Insurance Society, a Christian-based fraternal benefit group with headquarters in Adrian, Michigan. Prior to that, he worked full-time in a newsroom at several newspapers for 37 years, including the final 13 as editor-in-chief of the Daily Telegram in Adrian. Mark was born and raised in California, spent 21 years in Nevada, but has called Michigan home for 24 years. He and his wife, Jill, have 4 grown children. Mark and Jill support the Care Pregnancy Center of Lenawee and volunteer for the Share the Warmth homeless shelter. Mark's an active member of St. John's Lutheran Church. He's honored to be judging the Right to Life Oratory Contest tonight for the 4th time. And our third judge is John Marsh. John has been a resident of Tecumseh since 2001, but he was born in Lenawee County and has been visiting his extended family at Sand Lake since as long as he can remember. John's a civil engineer by profession, and with his wife Sarda is the father of 5 kids between the ages of 26 and 13, and he has been involved as a volunteer in scouting for a number of years. His favorite job was Cubmaster for Pack 607 in Tecumseh. He's highly likely to sing you a camp song or tell you a bad dad joke, so consider yourself warned. John's a lifelong Catholic and an active member of St. Elizabeth's in Tecumseh, and I just learned that he is leaving on Sunday with 3 members of his family to go visit the middle son in Sarajevo, who is part of the Sarajevo Orchestra, Philharmonic Orchestra. So, all right. So those are our judges. And now we have our contestants tonight. Holly Mitchell is 17 years old and has been homeschooled her entire life. She is active at the Votech Center and brought me a bouquet today. I need to go find that bouquet. I think it's in the church somewhere. So Holly, if you would like to present your speech.
Abortion was the leading cause of death worldwide in 2024, more than cancer, HIV, traffic fatalities, and suicide combined. I was shocked to find this fact on the National Right to Life website, where they were quoting their English counterpart. As I read further, I found abortions accounted for just over 42% of human deaths around the world in 2024. 45 million children that will never see the light of day, never laugh, never cry. This has to stop. Women have been sold a lie that a preborn baby is not actually a human being. It's a lie that chemical abortions are not hurting anything. It's a lie that a preborn baby is just a clump of tissues. This lying has to stop. The first lie is that an unborn baby is not human. But from the moment of conception, each embryo is a unique living being. You were once an embryo. All of us were once embryos. Which of us didn't deserve to live? Pro-life speaker Scott Klusendorf has an acronym for the differences between us and an embryo to use with people who try to make preborn babies seem less human than you or I. This acronym is SLED, S-L-E-D. The first letter is S, and it stands for size. Well, it is true, there is a huge size difference between an embryo that can sit on the tip of my pinky and me. There's also a size difference between me and my big brother. Does that difference make him more human than me? No, it doesn't. Men are generally larger than women. Does that make them more human? No. So while there may be a size difference between an embryo on the tip of my finger and me, that difference doesn't make that preborn baby any less human than you or I. The second letter is L. It stands for level of development. My nephew Titus is 4 years old. Do you think there is a difference in the level of development between his 4 years and my 17? I should hope so, at least for my dignity. But does that difference make me more human than my nephew? No, it doesn't. The third letter is E. E stands for environment. Does where you are define anything about what you are? If you go to another country, does that change what you are? Or if you sit down, does that change your humanity? If a preborn baby is not human inside the womb, moving from inside to outside wouldn't change that. The fourth letter is D. D stands for degree of dependence. If independence makes us human, then anyone who depends on medication would not be human. Women are being fed a lie that preborn babies are not human, and that has to stop. The second lie is that there is nothing wrong or dangerous with taking 2 harmless pills delivered by mail carriers with no doctor required. But that is not true. Chemical abortions can have deadly side effects. Since chemical abortions were approved by the FDA in 2000, 36 women have died after taking the abortion pills, according to National Right to Life. Chemical abortion requires 2 pills, mifepristone and misoprostol. The first stops the hormones that are providing nutrients to the growing baby and causes the developing baby to detach from the nourishing uterine lining. Within 48 hours, the baby will die because of the lack of nutrients. Then the second drug causes contractions, forcing the now dead preborn baby out of the uterus. This is the ugly reality of chemical abortion. The lie is that the easy access of abortion pills make it seem like any other medication, but it is anything but another medication. Even if severe side effects don't occur for the mother, the taking of abortion pills results in the life being lost. The preborn baby will never get to grow up. Remember that each of us was once that preborn baby. Which of us didn't deserve to grow up? It is our duty to do everything we can to expose the lies that are being sold to women. Abortion is anything but harmless, and more people, more mothers, more fathers need to know. The third lie, and the one that hurts me the most, is the lie that an embryo is just a clump of tissues. In my research for this speech, I watched a presentation by Scott Klusendorf, and toward the end of his presentation, he showed a video that brought me to tears. Permit me to describe what I saw, not for shock value, but for truth. There are no words, just simple piano music in the background as pictures slowly passed on the screen. The first image is of an abortion at 7 weeks, and it contained an image of a pair of undeveloped hands. At 10 weeks, the abortion image showed a teeny face. An unseen hand uses a tool to open and close the mouth of a little child who will never open that mouth. In my soul, there whispered a teeny no. Then the next image came. It was of an abortion at 24 weeks. At that point, the preborn baby could have survived outside of the womb. The hands of an unseen doctor casually lifted the limp form and wrapped it in paper like it didn't even matter. That whisper in my soul grew to a shout. I wanted to scream at that doctor, stop. That little body you are treating so casually was a child, a living and whole human being. Women are being lied to. Abortion is not simply a way to solve a problem. Preborn babies are just as much human beings as you or I are. Those 2 pills are not just another medication, and that clump of tissues is a complete and whole human being. Although a preborn baby might come from the smallest of beginnings, we all came from that beginning. We all were small enough to sit on the tip of my pinky. Which of us didn't deserve to live? We all need to live our lives honoring life, bringing support to women that are struggling with a choice that they might not even realize is a very real choice between life and death. Thank you.
So if you want to go get some snacks, get cookies, some toner, we can leave, and then the judges, you can, just confer in here, and then you will come back in, and if you want to say anything to Holly, you can. So let's go ahead and, here.
Well, Holly, on behalf of the Lenawee County Right to Life, I'd like to congratulate you on winning our oratory contest here 2025. So this is your certificate. We can present you with some flowers. Thank you. And of course, you're winning.
Okay. Thank you.